Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Thursday night training, September the 7th. Tonight we're going to continue on from the continuation. Last week I had a minute to discuss with you guys the importance of knowing the number sheets. I also told you guys, as far as the purchase agreement is concerned, to study your contracts throughout the week, listing and buyer. Who studied the contract outside the building last week? Raise your hand. Ms. Mills said she did.
I did yesterday.
Reading over it, I have.
Very well, very good.
I did yesterday too.
Richie's starting to do something. But anyway, very good. But also last night, told you guys that we're going to have to start making sure the first thing we do on Thursday night training when you walk in the door is grab one of these number sheets. These number sheets are absolutely critical. They come before everything. They come before writing the contract. They come before showing a house. All that stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay, we got several types of loan out here. You gotta know these loans because a buyer, before you get on the sign any contract, make sure he's happy with his monthly payment and all that stuff, right? Y'all know all that. I ain't gotta go through all that drama again, right? Okay, so tonight we're working on a VA sheet. We're gonna do it and we're gonna keep rolling. Yes, yes, ma'am. I don't know why they always got cheat sheets around here. I'm tired of seeing cheat sheets around here.
It's a different percentage anyway.
What do you mean?
You got 7.
Yeah, I know, but still, they just feel, I guess it's like a blanket or something for them, you know what I mean? But then we got a VA buyer. Okay, you have, and these number sheets right here can be done the very first time that you meet a buyer, right? And before they go in for application. So let's say you cold calling, which some of us have been cold calling the last couple of weeks. We're beginning to pick it up and see the importance of it. Miss Mills got hollered at last night. I made a cold call. Now she has a listing appointment on Tuesday. See what I'm saying? So I gotta beat y'all. If that's what I gotta do, that's just don't forget what my job is. All right? So don't get mad. He hollered at me because that's his job. That's what he do. All right? So if I don't beat you up good, then what? You can't do the things you want to do because you're gonna be casually doing the real estate business. Some of y'all are real good if you can. But anyway, so the sheets, very, very important. VA buyer, okay? VA buyer is the person who's in the military. Military people get an advantage because they don't have to put a down payment down, right?
Yes.
They have their VA loan, but they still get charged in a way to where they might as well put the money down because VA charges a VA funding fee on every VA loan. First time it is how much? 2.25%. Right? Oh my goodness, y'all gonna fall out my seat. Oh my goodness, my sweetie pie is in the house. Hey girl. And I kept saying, I said, call her. And nobody called her for me, right? I'm gonna start calling her myself. Alright? We're on our number sheets right here. Working on VA loans tonight. Okay? You cold calling, you get a guy, hey, we're calling your neighborhood, you want to buy a house now in the future. Yes, I want to buy a house. Okay, cool. So you fill out the pre-qual sheet. The guy says, I want to buy a house, get me pre-qualified. Get all the information, yada, yada, yada. Next day you give it to the loan officer. He says, hey, this buyer's got good credit. He can qualify. You happy, yada, yada, yada. Call the guy back, hey, your credit's okay. You can't buy a house. Next step is I want you to come in and meet with the loan officer and myself so that way we can get you pre-qualified and get the actual numbers down, and we don't want any surprises. We want you to come in and find out all the finances stuff so there are no surprises for you. When can you do it? Okay, so the buyer comes in, meets the loan officer, and he has completed his loan application. Great. When you got a buyer who's willing to come in and do the things you tell him to do, that's a beautiful thing, right? That means he's following your process. All right? Stay in control of the transaction, right? Okay, he comes in, meets your loan officer on Friday, signs all the forms, he's ready to rock and roll. Saturday, he wants to go out and look at some houses, right? Boom, hey. I've had buyers come in town on Friday morning, and when they left that Friday evening, they were under contract, a loan application completed, and everything. You know what I mean? One day. You know what I mean? Military folks coming in town, they got to come get a house and go back to Florida and come back. And you know what? That's just a beautiful thing, right? But anyway, so, okay, application is done. So loan officer faxes you over a pre-qual sheet, says, hey, this buyer's qualified. He can buy $180,000, yada, yada, yada. Give you your sheet so that way on the weekend, you don't have to find a loan officer in case you find a house you want to buy, right? You got your pre-qual sheet in your hand. Okay, so the buyer comes in the office Saturday morning. You've already talked to him again after he's done the application. You poured up houses, and you made appointments in that price range we're looking for, right? You go out, show the buyer how many houses? Try to get to where you're showing 6.
Okay, 6.
30, 40, 50 houses showing the way to do it, all right? So you want to get to where you can show between the 6. I have it down now to where I can show a 6 houses and they buying one of them, right? Because I do my research, I make sure I check, and I let them know. I keep telling them, we ain't got to look at 100 houses. I already did that already. All right? Well, my uncle said, unless you look at 50 houses, you ain't done nothing. Well, you tell your uncle he ain't done nothing. Okay, but anyway, so he comes in Saturday, you take him out, they find a house they like. Yeah. You say, okay, look, you really like this house? He said, yes. Come see Tito. Come into the office. Go to the office, and you come in, and you're going to sit down and write him a contract, right? First thing you do, you want to grab you a contract, your calculator, and before you write any contract, you break out the number sheet. All right? You tell the buyer, look, now I know we're excited right now, and I know you had your application with the loan officer and everything, and I know you qualify, and I know he told you and all that is. But before we get started, I personally like to go over all the numbers myself just to make sure we're on the same page and that you're happy with the house. Okay? Cool. And then you start, bam. Okay, the house we found is on 3800 Virginia Beach Boulevard. Today's September the 7th. Your VA, your military, and the interest rate I think is on your letter says 7%. Right. The house we're looking at is $180,000. Right? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go in at full price, you know, because the market is kind of hot right now. This is not a time to be playing around with the seller. Plus, you want the seller to pay some closing costs, and you may want some repairs done or whatever. So let's get the seller what they want because we want to get what we want. Okay? Deal. All right, so first of all, you take $180,000 and you add in what's called the VA funding fee, which is 2.25%. Well, they got 2.2%. I think it did come down. Let's put that in. All right, how much is 2.2% of $180,000?
$39.60.
$3,960. Please fill that in. Okay, add that to the 180, and the total amount financed is? Okay. So the buyer's like, well, you know, I'm only paying $180,000 for the house. Why is my loan amount $183? Because your government, your military, is charging you this 2.2%. Either that or they want you to pay it out of your pocket. What you want to do? 9 out of 9 VA buyers I know of say let's finance it because the difference between $3,000 is no big deal in your monthly payment. But the VA is hitting you with this right here. Okay? This is what the government is doing for your service and they appreciate it. Alright? Let them know, look here, this 2.2% ain't coming from you. This is what the VA charges. If you're going to use a VA loan and not have a down payment, most buyers that I have put 10% down or 5% down. How much you putting down? 0. All right. You know how many buyers out here wish they could finance their down payment? Okay. That's why you have programs called FHA, yada yada yada. But they cannot finance it. Only you can. All right. So let's salute. All right, and move on. Okay. So that's total amount financed. Now we go over here. We're going to say PI. I got a real estate calculator right here that makes me look like a genius. But let me tell you how good I was. Let me tell you how good I was back in the day. I used to tell them, look here, I got a real estate calculator right here, and it does all this for me. I throw it away. And I break out one of these. Because I want to do it the hard way. You know what I mean? And I get the biggest, ugliest calculator I can find. 3 numbers don't even work. The 9 and the 5 and the 4 don't even work. You know what I'm saying? I want them to know I'm the best they ever gonna run across in this real estate business. You know what I mean? And I say, you know what? I'm right-handed, right? But guess what? I'm doing it left-handed. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? It takes the average agent about 10, 15 minutes to do a number sheet completely, right? But I'm gonna do it left-handed in half the time. Check this. You know what I'm saying? And if you listen real carefully, name that tune. Because I'm playing music at the same time for your entertainment. That's hot, right? Will y'all ever get there? Tell me why you never will. Because you do what? You sleep at night. Okay, but anyway, we'll go ahead and put this down because y'all don't want to play this game like that. You know what I mean? You don't want to go to every client you meet and make them an offer they can't refuse. That's presentation. You see what I'm saying? When you're the best, when you are the best, when you're the best, forget the rest. They'll never get to them. They can't get past you. They can't. It's impossible. I don't care who they are. Lawyers, doctors, real estate agents used to call me when they wanted to buy a house. Full-time agents. Say, we interviewing agents, Mr. Shitty, every year, you know, we don't trust ourselves with our own transactions. You know what I mean? The only way we can get you, although you with a different company, to represent us. No problem. Now, let me show you what I can do for you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all think I'm joking. That's hot. I'm trying to show y'all some hot stuff with y'all. You know what I mean? Stuff you ain't gonna see no more. All right? But anyway, real estate calculator makes it easy for you. Take the amount financed and put it in the calculator. All right? And we're gonna holler it out for those who don't have one. What's your calculator? Make a note. Okay. Now you put it in the calculator, and what do? No, forget it. I'll tell you what to do. I ain't been here all damn night. Okay.
You gotta put it in the
You don't call Domino's. No, we ain't ordering pizza right now. Okay, you put the number in there, and you press what button? LA, which is the loan amount. Then you push in 7, and you hit INT, which is the interest rate. Right? Then you push in 30, which is the term, 30 years. Then you hit PMT, which will give you the payment. You hit that button, what do you get?
30 and then hit what?
What do you get?
30 and
12, 23, 89.
What we got?
12, 23, 89.
What we got?
12, 23, 89.
What we got, Cedric?
12, 23, 89.
Let me see your calculator. Is it in there?
No, it's not.
Can I see it in the calculator, please? We don't want to be repeating what we heard. You see what I'm saying? Because when you were here on Saturday, by yourself with your client, you can't be wondering what you heard last week. With a calculator right in front of you. Alright? So that number is what's called your P and your I, which is your principal and interest. Alright? Okay, so put that number on the top line over here. And you gotta move kind of fast. And of course, as you go through this, I've seen agents get a client in here, put the client in the conference room, lock the door, come out, go across the street, and do the number sheet. You sit right in there with that client and let them know you ain't gonna hide. This ain't magic. Let them see what you're doing. You know what I mean? This is the number sheet. This is the calculator. And here's an ink pen. And I put them all in the hat. And it comes out. Number sheet's done. They're like, well, see, y'all ain't gonna get there because y'all sleep at night. Okay, got a little small class in the back. What's going on over there? Okay, we got that P and I. We got that. And she said no. I'm gonna show her how to do it. Let's. Where's the calculator at? I'll start over. Put 100. What is it? 183. 960 in the calculator. You got that? Hit LA, which is loan amount. Hit 7 INT, interest rate. Hit 30. No, yes, turn. Now hit PMT. What you got?
14.
No.
Everything you said.
Yeah, she's
Do I need to divide it by 12?
No.
She got an older.
You.
Yeah, she got an older one.
So we're supposed to do
That should
Yeah,
have
she's
came out.
supposed to do the same thing.
What is it? 18?
183, 960. Okay.
Why she got 14,000?
Why did we divide by 12?
No wonder she didn't get past the real estate exam. So I don't know why. Is this
What happens if you divide by 12?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
divided by 12?
About 12 will give you $100-something. No.
Yes, you have, you have a listing to be entered.
1,400 something divided by
Come on,
12.
come on. What we got?
Yes, that's correct. You haven't filled out. Who's this?
Let's go, you guys.
Oh, okay. This is Charmaine.
Why she got 14,000? We'll get to that.
Oh, yeah, I'm over Newport News, but I'm.
P and I, fill it in. Let's go. What we got?
Yeah. You have a listing to be
Now
entered.
you got 18,000. Let's move on. I don't know what's wrong with that calculator right there. 9 of them got one number and one that means something wrong. You got to keep moving, y'all. Never get there with a client and stay there too long. Keep moving. All right? Keep moving. All right, let's go. Okay, now, what do we have? The taxes on that property is $750 a year, which is kind of low. Take the taxes, divide it by 12, what do you get?
Got it. 6250.
Okay? 6250. Your sheet been filled out?
I filled it out.
Okay, cool. Okay, now hazard insurance. What we do for hazard insurance?
You're gonna divide $5 divided by 1,000 times the purchase price divided by 12.
What we got? $75 for hazard insurance. Add those three numbers up. On VA, that's all you got. If it was FHA, you have MIP and whatever like that. But add those three up. Total monthly payment is?
$1,361.39.
Okay. Let her use your calculator and do it. Let's see what she come out with. Okay. How about, is the other one coming out with the right number?
No, no.
That one right there? They got the same calculator, right?
Let me see.
Okay, then. But anyway, I mean, I wanted just to do the number so she can get that PI.
Oh, okay.
Let her do that. Okay, so this is your monthly payment. What is it again?
$1,361.39.
Now this is where this is where the metal, the rubber hit the road. Do not go any further than this point right here without looking at that buyer and say, now the total monthly, if we get this house for $180,000 and you finance your VA funding fee in there, your total monthly payment, which comes every month, 30 years, although nobody says how that long. Did she get the right number?
On this one, but I don't know.
Okay, yeah. So that's just want to see if you can make sure you get the number right. But anyway, so you look at your buyer and say your total monthly payment, including taxes and homeowners insurance, is right here. $1,361.39.
Can you afford
Is that okay with you?
No.
Is that okay with you? Yes. Excellent. Because I did prepare you before. You're paying $1,400 for rent right now. But anyway, so that's okay. Or you're paying $1,100, whatever. So the thing is that you look at it, him and the wife, and say, is that okay with you? They might look at each other and say, you know, we, yes. Okay, January 1. Okay. So you look at the husband and the wife. What you got, Jennifer? Something wrong?
No,
You sure?
yeah, I'm sure. Go ahead.
Okay, so before you go right any further, make sure your buyer is comfortable with this payment. He might say, well, anyway, we can get it lower or whatever. You got to deal with all that issues. And the second part of training tonight, we're going to have a group information gathering session here. All right? So this is where you want to make sure your buyer. Okay, what?
I was just wondering, you know how you just said they might say they want it lower.
Right.
So you, what would you say?
We'll get into that.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm going to go around the room one time, and I want everybody that I'm the buyer. And you look at this monthly payment right here, and you make sure you ask me, am I okay with that, or whatever you want to say to me. But don't go no further than this without making sure you look at your buyer in the eye, because you want to make sure, look, hey, don't be talking about next week after the inspection that damn you can't ask too high a payment for it. All right, come on, you.
Is this okay with you?
Is what okay with me?
This, I just showed you the sheet. What you mean? I thought this was what we was doing.
Wrong answer.
What you mean?
Wrong answer. Come on. Come on. See that? Two of them. Come on.
Is this payment all right with you?
Okay. I'm cool.
Is that $1,361.39 payment? I'm right too.
Yeah, I'm paying $1,200. It's only $100 more a month. No big deal. Wait, I want this out. We're gonna do this. Come on, Selby.
Are you comfortable with this payment?
I like that. Not really, but I like how you asked me.
Are you comfortable with
You gotta repeat it right over there. You gotta repeat it.
$1,361.39 a month?
Are you?
I would not be.
Say it.
I would not be.
Ooh, wrong answer. You gonna tell me I wouldn't buy the damn house. You my agent, and you told me to buy the house. Let's go have lunch. CJ.
Can we afford?
Silence.
Can we afford 1369?
How much you taking me?
1369.
I pay half, you pay half?
Team, right?
Okay. Oh, you need we as
I'm on
like.
your team,
Oh,
right?
you're on my team. Oh, but you want to help with the payment then?
No.
Okay.
I mean, can we afford 1361.39?
Yeah, sure.
There you go.
This payment amount is in your budget.
Oh,
I don't have a budget. Silence. Just ask me, you know, you're just trying to figure out, you know,
Is this payment amount good for you?
it's okay. That's everything.
Everything.
I mean, what's everything? How about my taxes?
That's included.
That's included? How about my homeowner's insurance?
it's included.
It's included too? Okay, cool, thanks. Come on, Kelly.
Okay. Are you comfortable moving forward with this payment?
Say again?
Are you comfortable moving forward with this payment?
I need.
Are you comfortable moving forward with this mortgage payment?
Sure. Excuse me, there's no class going on here. Go ahead, Cedric.
All right, Mr. Shilly, after I added in your real estate taxes,
Y'all hate, stop hating.
Go ahead.
It's the best so far. That's the best.
okay, Mr. Shilly, after I added in your real estate taxes and hazard insurance, are you comfortable with the payment?
You added them all in?
I added in with your PI, principal, and. You
sounded, you was good. It was good.
But basically, I
Then I
want
had to be like,
to
oh, well, your
the
P&I.
payment changed. The price changed from what the loan officer
No,
told us.
just start over, man. Relax.
Okay, I'm relaxed. Okay, Mr. Shilly, are you comfortable with this new payment once I added in the real estate taxes and the hazard insurance? Are you comfortable with this payment?
You mean you added it all in?
Yes, I did.
So that's my whole total payment? What
That's
you
your total payment, which you a roundabout figure, which you're gonna pay per month.
Yeah, that's cool. Now that's the best answer tonight if you just give it to me and stop all that other stuff, finger pointing you're carrying on.
Okay, well,
Just say you like, yo, you know, I've added in your taxes and I've added in your homeowner's insurance, or you know, it's all included, you know. But just relax and tell me that. I ask you a question, you're like, what you crashing for? I'm the one to do all the crashing.
Okay, Mr. Shealy, to purchase this home for $180,000, with real estate taxes and your insurance, your total payment would be $1,361.89.
Best answer
Is
so
that
far?
feasible?
Yes, best answer so far.
That was good.
That was good, guys, heard?
Do what you gotta do.
After calculating all of your real estate taxes, hazard insurance, your principal, interest, your total monthly payment will be $1,361.39. Is that something you'd be comfortable paying every month?
Beautiful. Going on, sir? My manager's up front just Come on.
Get him, Charmaine. No, I'm simple. Based on the loan amount, your monthly payment will be $1,361.39.
Okay. Okay, now that's cool. Now we'll stop right there. But anyway, so that's where this sheet right here, before you write a contract, before you know, buyers are funny. You make sure, you've been out all day showing houses to these folks. And now it's time to do what you got to do, and you need to know before you go any further. You know what I mean? Do these numbers, y'all, because they'll be like, that's too high. So now we at a situation where the buyer says, that's too much for us. Yes.
This doesn't include homeowner's insurance, correct?
Yeah.
You just blew your answer. Best answer of the night.
But hazard and homeowners is different though. Right?
Same thing.
That's flood. Okay, so this is included in homeowners. Okay.
Yes, same
I
thing.
expected, because sometimes you have both, right? I
Same
thought
thing.
hazard was flood.
No, that's the same.
Okay.
Flood is flood. Now, to stop right there, and for us to take one of these car pads down, we want to deal with the issue of a buyer saying, that's too high of a payment for us. We told you we'll pay $1,300 a month. That's $1,363. We just can't find that extra $63 a month, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create some answer cards for ourselves to train on. I'm gonna let y'all help me. That's not your damn work. Okay? So now we can't afford that payment. Now there are numerous things that you gotta learn to help a buyer see that they can afford an additional $100 or $150. You got to. You got a deal riding on this. And if you can't explain to a buyer, it's really not that big of a deal, but you got to find ways to do it. So we're going to take these cards and go around and I want everybody to come up with something. And then when you do, I'll take them, we'll make some cards, we'll train sometime. We'll start saying, you know what I mean? So this will build you up when it comes to dealing with that. Because you know, you talk about $100, $200, you know, it's easy to tell somebody, oh, you can afford it. You know what I'm saying? Can we afford that? You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you don't know that some people are like, woo, but they budget. I know y'all don't know nothing about no budget. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never seen one, you ain't never had one, you ain't never drank one. You know what I'm saying? One thing y'all know about a damn budget is budget rental car, you know what I mean? You don't even know what that's at. You see what I'm saying? And you should. You're in the wrong country to not have a budget. I don't have one either. That's the cold call. Hell, don't need no damn budget. You know what I'm saying? I stopped budgeting a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, how much time I got on that clock over there? So we got to get y'all strong. There's so many things we got to get strong on. Right?
That's 25.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to go around the room and y'all everybody give me something. And if I say write it down, I'll just don't write it down yet. All right? So that way we'll get these. We need to have about 20, 25. That way you can, when the buyer say, man, and I'm going to go around and ask y'all, and y'all fill it in. My wife said that we cannot afford an extra $100 over what we said we were going to pay.
Well, you know what, Mr. Shirley? You guys told me initially that you wanted your payment to be at $1,300. And all these years you've been renting. Now we went all day and looked around, and you've decided on the home that you'd like to have. And I feel like with that $100, if you guys were to just maybe look at the $25 extra a week that you possibly spend on budget movies, on blockbuster movies, or even on some of your extras that you may do to own a home and a tax break at the end of the year.
Give me something. Give me not a story. Give me something concrete that I can use an example. You want to say, you got to ask them, do y'all go to the movies every week and spend $25? They'll be like, no. So say, how do you get me past this $100? What is it that you can say to a buyer when he says he think he can't afford it?
Pay your tax.
We're going to say again?
Pay your tax. Give it to the Lord.
Hold on a minute. Let me go. Since she want to cut the line. What you say now?
Pay your tithes.
Pay your tithes?
Your tithes.
What do you mean pay your tithes? What do you mean?
To the Lord.
I mean, I know. I'm saying, but what is that? If a buyer telling you he's trying to buy a house, this is Saturday, this ain't Sunday. Now, he want to buy a house. What is that? I mean, tell me, what are you telling me? If I'm saying I can't afford it.
Seed at the church, and that's going to...
Write that one down. Write that one down. Y'all get that one? She said, you tell them, look, if you start praying right, yo heathen. Pay your tithes, yo heathen. That's what she's saying.
I don't believe that.
Then the Lord bless you. That's why you ain't blessed because you ain't pay your tithes. That's what she's saying, right? Write it down. Ain't that what she's telling you? I pay my damn tithe. What church you go to? All right, come on. She cut the line and jacked you. Let's go. Write that one down. That's a good one.
It's okay. I don't agree with that anyway.
With what?
I don't agree with that. I think if I'm sitting there on the buyer side of the table,
right,
and I tell you I cannot afford my payment, and you tell me to pay my tithes,
right?
What? I'll pay my
But
tithes,
see,
so then I'll be insulted.
Right.
I would be insulted.
It can be
you don't know
insulting.
me that well to get into my religious, and you know religion and
That's
politics
true.
is the two things you're not supposed to talk
right.
about in business.
extra $100.
But see, there's a way that she
Yeah,
can
that's what I'm
present
saying.
that.
If her and her people been Holy Ghosting it all day,
Right,
and
but
that's
no-
the kind of person she is,
Write
then
that
she
one
can
down.
do that.
But see, there's
I
a way
wouldn't do that.
Okay, that's fine. We're done with what you don't want to do.
Okay.
Can we move on?
Yes.
All right. Now, write that one down. That's a good one. But you just got to make sure you present it right.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have a bunch of them. It may not be one you use, but I bet you money, and I may not agree with it either. Right? But I bet you can say, they may be in your car all day. Ooh, thank you, Lord, thank you, Lord. You don't know, right? But I mean, there's a way you can use that one. Yes.
I had a client like that.
When I get there, no, just no. We're gonna have just when I tell you right now, write that one down, because that is a good one, and it can be used in this business because you in the Bible Belt.
That's right.
I had a client like that.
Shoot, yeah, I have too, with tons of them. Tons of them. Can you change that radio station? Cut that rap music up and put on my gospel? I mean, like, your credit score kind of high. All right, where you at? Whatever you got to do. So we'll figure out, write that one down in a way to do it. That can get you paid. Yours, come on, can we get yours?
Do you guys go to the movies every week and spend $25?
No.
No. What about those extras that you were telling me about earlier about how?
I want concrete examples.
I don't
No,
have.
what
Give
you
me
were
s-
saying at the end, you got the.
Give me something.
That's what I was saying. What about those extras? Right. That's what I was saying.
Well, think of one of them, and we'll come back
All
to
right,
you.
please.
Give me one, CJ.
We can talk to the loan officer, see if they can reduce the loan origination fee.
Would that bring my payment down any?
Yes, it would.
No.
Well, if they brought it down 1 point,
Oh, you mean that?
1%, they say they had 1
He said
point.
origination fee, that you mean the
Right.
interest.
Right, origination fee.
Multiply the-
Let's say they got 1 point on there, and they bring it down 1%. $300,000 house, that's $3,000. So each thousand that you take off the loan amount is what? $9 a month. So that'll save $27, right? On a monthly payment. Write that one down. Y'all better quit playing. Give me another one. Come on, Richie. You trying to help a buyer think of some reasons that he can't afford this house. You got to show it to him. You got to be like, yo, they might ask you, they ask me all the time, what church you go to? I said, oh, no. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. They might say, what church you go to? I said, I don't go to church. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, my mama go to church. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Or what church you go to? They might say, we go over here. And when they do that, then bam, you're gonna, you know what I'm saying? You gotta just see, but you gotta be thinking the whole time too. You know what I'm saying? So give me one, Richie.
Do you think you could make this payment for about 6 months and then refinance, give your loan officer refinance?
Write that one down. That's a good one, right? Because if your rate is a little high in 6
Everybody
months,
write it down, or the person-
no, just a person. Because see, with her telling them that in 6 months you can refinance this, and we'll check, and I will check with the loan officer before I tell you this, because in 6 months they call you, Richie, can you, what happened? You know what I mean? So, yes, if they refinance it, because there might be a little credit, might be a little issue right now, might be improved, and in 6 months they can get a lower rate, which is about to pay me down significantly. Okay? All right, Amy, give me another one.
Well, maybe for the first 6 months, you and your husband can try packing lunch instead of eating out fast food restaurants, and that may cut down at least $100.
Write that one down. Cut back on some of those lunches, some of them meals y'all spending out there. You want this house? You want this house?
I know.
Don't you eat free when I go to lunch?
You're taking her
Exactly. Evelyn.
Only thing I
All right, y'all, come on.
is recycling or use a lot more coupons. I don't
What
know.
kind of coupon?
Coupons when you go to a grocery store.
Write it down. It's a good
Go
one.
out and eat.
Write it down. Write it down. Just what you do. You say let me tell you what we do. I use coupons. I save at least $200 a month at the coupons that I get from the. You know what I mean?
Groceries,
Exactly.
clothes, meals.
Big time. They go $100. You trying to find $100? $200? That's easy. That's easy. All right, Deanna. Come on.
Yeah, actually, from what she said, pay your taxes or your insurance up front for the year, and then it'll cut out the payment.
Eliminate the escrow.
Yeah. Good one. Write that one down.